So I had somebody come for me in my flat page dreads video saying that I was uneducated and I am part of the reason why the black community is behind 100 years. And although I blocked the person, I definitely want to address it because I feel like if we came together and had a concern towards things that really mattered, we'd be further ahead. But getting so amped up about what a person chooses to call their hair is pointless. So although I call mine locks, I respect when other people call their hair dreads. I know Jamaicans call them dreads. I know some folks up north, it could be from where you're at and where you're from that determines on what you call your locks. And I don't assume that because you call your hair dreads, that you don't know the history of it. You could know the history of it and that be the very reason why you choose to call them dreads. And although I call my locks, I'm not finna go out my way and spend all this energy trying to make somebody call their hair what I call mine. For what? If you compliment me on my hair and say, oh, I like your dreads, and I said, thanks, I call them locks, I'm not finna go into no, ain't nothing dreadful about me. Baby, I can be dreadful. I can be. I'm not going to give you no whole sermon on why you need to call them that. Just know that if you want to talk to me about my hair, please call them locks. If I say, hey, I like your locks, and you say, oh, thanks, I call them dreads, I'm going to respect what you identify and what you call your hair without assuming you don't know your history. People be making so many fucking assumptions. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, y'all wasting y'all's time, y'all wasting y'all's energy on some shit that don't matter. You know what the fuck they're talking about when they say dreads or locks. And instead of assuming they don't know, I think the better question is, oh, you call them dreads? What makes you call them dreads? You call them locks? Cool. What makes you call them locks? Have an open conversation without coming at somebody like you're smarter or like they don't know shit. But it's people like y'all in these comment sections that's really holding us back. But I will make a quick joke. Although I do call mine locks, I've never heard of a person who does locks for a living refer to themselves as a dreadtician. It's always a loctician. But at the end of the day, man, you know what the fuck we talking about. Be willing to have more of an open conversation instead of just making these dumbass assumptions, because that is what's holding us back. Y'all worried about the wrong stuff. Y'all forcing folks to try to use your same dialect without being considerate of where they're from and why they choose to call them that. But that's why I can't get on these follow trains or just follow everybody with locks, because of stuff like this.